is going on, guys? How y'all doing all tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993. I am here live for a brief late night review of this week's episode of NXT. First, before we get started, I want to apologize again, guys. Last night's Raw review, I was not happy with at all. Again, it was a super brief. I just went through the motions. I was tired. I was crabby. I had a kind of a rough night last night. I usually try my best not to do streams during times like that, but I felt rushed. I have a ton on my plate this week. What both of you know, talking about wrestling shows, getting ready for the pay-per-view on Saturday, other stuff going on in my life right now that I'm trying to sort out pretty much. Nothing terrible, don't worry. It's just, some pieces of the puzzle I'm still trying to put together. As you've probably been saying for a long time now, but I do want to apologize. I was not happy with my review last night, but it's done. It's over with. I'm not redoing it. I have no time to. But this week's NXT review, of course, this is the NXT's Super Tuesday, the first of 2 weeks in a row that we're going to have NXT on Tuesday nights. So, of course, we had to have a big match tonight, and we're going to have a big match set up for next week as well. So this week's episode, of course, was live once again at Full Sail University. Again, I am glad we are back at Full Sail and having some, more organic reactions. I definitely missed that for sure with NXT crowds. And I thought it was a good show. Half of it, of course, was the main event. The stuff we had before that in the first hour, not too bad. Got a good match with Timothy Thatcher and Bronson Reed. I thought that that street fight to start off the show was a lot of fun, especially one of my favorite spots in the match. There's still stuff brewing up between Candice LeRae and Tegan Nox that's kind of keep me intrigued. And I liked the main event. Was as good as I thought it would be? No, but I still thought it was a good show. So, I gave it a good grade, and I enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing what we get next week. Of course, I thought would be the last week I'd have Karrion Kross right now as the NXT champion. Unfortunately, we're going to be waiting on that in the upcoming weeks, because that will be decided next week. But anyways, so, live chat. We just got Tyler saying he only watched the reaction of the main event. Thank you for that. Before we get started, though, I do want to address one piece of news that was released yesterday. Besides, of course, that Brock Lesnar apparently is a free agent. But we're going to address this. We're doing NXT. Let me address that. Yesterday was also announced that Mauro Ranallo and WWE has agreed to mutually part ways. Ranallo apparently confirmed this on his Facebook page, saying, "I appreciate the opportunity I had to realize my childhood dream of working in sports entertainment, and I wish WWE well in the future. Now I want to direct my focus and devote my time to my other projects and to my mental health, charitable activities, and the well-being of my mother and myself." Ranallo had been away recently due to a family emergency. Apparently his mother was hospitalized back at home in British Columbia. And then he came to the realization that he didn't want to do WWE anymore during that time. He's expected to continue his duties with Bellator and Showtime Boxing as an announcer. He also felt he should be focusing more towards his mental health. Of course, he has had a history of mental health problems. Of course, like in 2017 when he had parted ways for a while, after rumors have it he was bullied by JBL. Some other people who apparently have been rumors have done stuff with him that kind of, had him go away again. Once again, guys, mental health issues is not something to play around with for sure. So, he first came in 2015. I believe he was on SmackDown for the first episode on USA, I believe it was. Of course, my friends and I instantly just became a huge fan of Mauro Ranallo. Mauro had also, of course, liked some of my tweets. He had thanked me anytime I would tweet him saying you did an excellent job tonight, and how takeover specials are not the same without you, pretty much. And again, yeah, he replied to most of them. He acknowledged most of them, which I thought was definitely very generous of him to do, and very humble of him as well. Of course, then 2017, he had left for some time off. He came back to NXT in June of 2017, and he signed a multi-year deal. And then, of course, right now, the person who's supposed to be replacing him is former WWE superstar Wade Barrett, or Bad News Barrett, still wearing his shirt. He's trying to stay full-time, of course, to replace Ranallo, and he called last week's episode, and he was there for tonight's episode as well. And he is out of the alumni section and in the NXT part of the roster. So I'm hoping Wade does stay because I think he's not too bad on commentary. Who knows? Maybe we'll reach to an in return to NXT. Who knows? Sounded a little too high there, but totally cool with Wade. Coming back to do so. So just gotta get that bit of news out there to mention to you guys that Mauro Ranallo and WWE have mutually departed ways, and I definitely wish him nothing but the best for sure. But now to the actual episode of NXT, because it's still late night, I gotta get to bed, but once again, I'm not gonna be crabby, it's like, okay, whatever, screw this and whatnot. Anyways, we start off with a street fight with Legado del Fantasma and taking on Breezango, the newest tag team champions, and Isaiah Swerve Sky. That was a fun, fast-paced match. Imperium got involved, making it 5-on-3 briefly, since, of course, Imperium lost the tag titles to Breezango last week. My favorite spot in the match, though, was when 5 of them were beating down on Tyler Breeze. And then Fandango and Scott found a forklift. They got up to the top, and they both did the kind of like swantons or raspberry flops or whatever they call it off of the top of that, and that was like the big turning point. And eventually, Isaiah Swerve Scott was able to get Santos Escobar in the ring alone, winning with the JML driver. And Scott pins the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. So I guess we're getting another match between the two of them. Maybe Scott wins it there. We'll see. But great finish. Again, I thought it was a fun, fast-paced street fight. We had some weapons get involved, such as I know there was a spot also where Legado del Fantasma did like a triple double drop kick, whatever you want to call it. Basically, all 3 of them did drop kicks in the corner on a trash can. I think it was Fandango, I think it was. And they immediately, or once one, and then they elbowed somebody else, and he fell off the apron and went through the table as well. It was a nice, fast-paced spot there. But again, definitely that those maneuver dives off the forklift, I thought were definitely very awesome. So a good way to start off the show. Again, probably get Scott another match for the Cruiserweight Championship. Afterwards, we see Johnny Gargano getting ready for the main event, and of course everybody else is getting ready for the main event. We have a Tegan Nox video package telling her side of the Candice LeRae beef. She plays up their friendship like LeRae did last week and says she struggled with Candice and now she's following the Gargano way, but sisters fight, and Tegan still hopes they can work it out over a glass of wine. LeRae then has a match with Casey Catanzaro with, of course, Caden Carter in Casey's corner. Match was good. My thing, though, is when are they going to stop booking Casey Catanzaro like an extra? Again, did you freaking see the stunts she pulled off when she was in the Women's Royal Rumble in 2019? Twice she saved herself from being eliminated. Twice. This woman has athletic ability. She's cute. She's a mini Ricochet. Well, Ricochet was booked well. Of course, they're still dating as far as I know, which I still think they're perfect together. How much longer are you going to be booking her like she's an extra? She's someone I think should start be booked seriously because she's talented. Honestly, I wouldn't have mind seeing her sneak a win here on Candice. Didn't happen. No, Candice got the victory over her with a pinfall victory. But afterwards, she gets on the microphone and she admits she was a little distracted during this match because she was jealous of Caden's and Casey's friendship. She's upset about what's happening between her and Tegan. So she invites her to the house to talk it out for a glass of wine and says dinner's on her. Pretty sure it's not going to be a friendly ending. Just saying. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be just over a glass of wine and a friendly ending. Just saying. Rhea Ripley gets a backstage promo pissed off about Mercedes Martinez not learning her lesson when she powerbombed her onto concrete. She then challenges her to a steel cage match. That way the rest of the Robert Stone brand cannot get involved. Cool with me, and don't have Shotzi Blackheart run over Stone again. Again, it's getting so annoying, and it's so stupid, and I hate it. Then we had a match with Bronson Reed taking on Timothy Thatcher. solid match, I thought, between the two of them. Again, the uprising, babyface of Bronson Reed. Again, NXT does need a new top babyface. Bronson Reed could very well be that next top babyface, I'd say. Um, Timothy Thatcher, of course, has definitely been booked very well, emphasizing his ability as a submission specialist, I gotta say. Um, During the match, though, towards the end, the left arm had been worked on by Bronson Reed. Austin Theory, though, gets involved and attacks Reed whenever the referee was not looking, sneaks away. Once again, I cannot stress enough, I am so glad they brought Austin Theory back to NXT. He was nowhere close ready to be on the main roster. But, I like that they gave him a shot, because Paul Heyman was high on him, but the moment Paul Heyman was gone, he was screwed. So, I'm glad he's back at NXT. I think Bronson Reed challenged him for a match at all, because he costed Bronson the match, as Timothy Thatcher got him to tap out with the Fujiwara armbar. To throw off there. Mercedes Martinez got a quick promo to say she's all about fighting and she's down for a cage fight with Rhea next Tuesday. So we're getting that cage match, and we're also getting, of course, a match that came out of this main event. The 60-minute, which I did live reactions for, even though I started a little bit early. 60-minute Iron Man Fatal 4-Way match for the vacated NXT Championship that was vacated by Karrion Kross last week due to a separated shoulder injury. Again, it was Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Finn Balor, and Adam Cole. Again, I definitely think this was definitely a very slow-paced match with some, moments where the momentum picked up. I like how they definitely gave these guys their times, shine to make them all look strong for the most part. Everybody got at least one pinfall victory. All of them got it clean, except Johnny. Johnny did it the scrappy way. He had a Willow's Bell hit on Finn Balor, and I think he hit a fairy tale ending also, when Johnny snuck in and yanked his former best friend out of there and stole the pinfall victory from him. Ciampa did, that maneuver he did when he, pulled people up into the pipes underneath the ring. He did that to Johnny towards the end of the match, and it got Johnny in the throw. Again, each of them got one pinfall. I think first it was Balor who got it with a coup de grace on Adam Cole, I think it was. Johnny Gargano snuck his in for the second one. Adam Cole with a last shot for the third one, and then the fourth, and then Tommaso Ciampa got his first one as well, with a Willow's Bell fairy tale ending. Actually, it was a double. His was a double Willow's Bell, and Johnny Gargano continues to hang from the ropes. But definitely a lot of back and forth action for sure. Panama Sunrise in there, a bunch of other spots. It was pretty good. Towards the end, though, how this came about, though, was within the last seconds, towards the end, Tommaso Ciampa hit the airplane crash wreck, he calls it, on Johnny Gargano. So Johnny was doomed. But then, out of the blue, Finn Balor hits a coup de grace on Tommaso Ciampa. And he gets the pinfall victory with a few seconds left. He's up 2-1, but then at the last second, Adam Cole hits Balor with the last shot to tie it back up at 2, just as the clock was expiring on time. So first, because if you saw my live reactions, my TV buffered a little bit, I thought at first Adam Cole was back to being the NXT champion. However, Balor had gotten a fall right before that, so it was tied up at 2. So first they're arguing over who really is the real NXT champion before Regal says, okay, next week, on the next Super Tuesday for NXT, it's going to be you two, and it's only just a one fall, basically, to decide the winner and the new NXT champion. So it's going to be either Adam Cole or Finn Balor. Fine by me. Of course, my pick to win was Tommaso Ciampa, but it didn't happen. Honestly, again, I'm fine with Cole getting the title back, but I'd much rather have me Balor. I probably would have picked Finn originally, but the only reason why I didn't originally is because I still think he's going to be feuding with Walter at NXT UK TakeOver Dublin if they still do have it. But at this point, they're both going as champions. champion versus champion, take over Dublin. Finn's hometown, why not? Um, so I'm still kind of hopeful for that match, even though now I definitely want to see Balor win that championship as we get up. If it's Cole, I'll be fine. Would definitely like it to be Balor. But yep, that does that, guys. I'm starting to get sleepy before I get crabby. Those are my thoughts again on NXT and on the departure of Mauro Ranallo. I'm giving NXT a B plus this week. Anything else? R-Truth's greatest way for 7-11 European television champion, and also he thinks Finn is winning as well. Cool. 6 votes for NXT this week. 50% said A, 16.7 said B, 16.7 said C, and 16.7 said D or lower. Again, I gave him the B plus. What are your thoughts on NXT this week, guys? Leave that down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video, subscribe or comment to my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAirMarty3. Guys, hopefully tomorrow night I should be seeing also my AEW review, and then of course maybe Thursday, who knows when, I will do preview predictions for this Saturday's pay-per-view, AEW All Out. So yeah, guys, thank you for joining me a lot of chat. Also, give me a Ho Yeah podcast. That seems like a little obvious Finn is winning, really. Which again, totally cool with that. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. I'll check it out. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Dynamite review. Peace out, everybody.